Welcome to MadHouse-Creations. Today I'm going to show you guys how to take a foam pumpkin, turn it into a spider that looks like it just crawled out of your pumpkin patch. For taking one of my foam pumpkins here, we're just going to cut off the bottom. If you'd like to know how I make these foam pumpkins, check out the link at the end of the video. So here we're just cutting a notch in the bottom of it. This is where our PVC pipe is going to sit. We're just kind of placing it in there, get it to where I think looks good. We're going to mark four dots for the leg holes, and then we'll mark 4 more on the other side. Just using a stepper bit, but you could use any kind of drill bit. I just put something underneath just to prop up the pumpkin the way I wanted. Make sure everything fits right. So once it's about halfway full, we'll take our PVC pipe with the holes. Make sure your holes are horizontal, or whichever direction you want your legs facing. And then we'll fill it up probably about 3/4 of the way, because it does expand. And on this I am using one of my pumpkins, but you could easily use one of those hobby store Funkins or carvable pumpkins. Even a solid foam pumpkin would work if you just drilled a hole instead of filling it with foam. Here we're going to make the wire for the legs. It's about a 12-foot piece that we're doubling up. I believe it was about a 14, could be a 12 gauge wire, galvanized wire. Just going to put one end in the vise, stick the other end in the drill, and just give it a little twist. Yeah, I had to make 2 of these, so 24 feet of wire total. Now here I've cut the wire into about 30 inch long pieces. You might want to vary that length depending on the size of your pumpkin. This is just what I thought looked good with this one. So now I'm going to stick it through the PVC, through the holes we drilled, and use a little electrical tape to hold it. Repeat the process for the other 3 legs. Now once all the legs are in and secured, we bend them a little bit just to give them some separation for when we add our foam so they don't all stick together. And now we're putting down just a trash bag. Just make sure you have a good amount of water on the bottom. You definitely don't want this stuff to stick. And here we are using the Loctite expanding foam, just building up the body of the spider, and we'll just run a bead down each leg. And if it doesn't all stick on the wire, that's okay. Once it forms the skin and you can start handling it, you could use your fingers to form it around the wire. And the look I'm going for on this pumpkin is kind of a more, for the body, I want it to be like a stem, like it's just grown out of the ground this way. After we finish the foam, we'll spray it with some water to help form the skin on the top side, and we give it about 5 to 8 minutes to harden up a little bit before we start touching it. So it's been about 5 minutes. As you can see, I'm just going in and pushing it up around the wire, trying to make sure all the wire is covered. Not working it too much yet because it's not fully skinned over. Still a little bit tacky. And what we want to do here is just smash it down, basically get the fluff out of it and form it around our PVC and around the legs. And you want to shape it as much as you can. You can go back later with like a Dremel tool or something if you need to, but here I'm trying to build some ridges, make it look like more like a stem. And as I'm doing this, I'm kind of poking my finger underneath, trying to break it free from the plastic. If you guys are enjoying my videos, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. I have a lot of videos planned, so you'll get notified then when the next one comes out. And on these legs, I'm working it pretty hard, just smashing it down onto that wire, really trying to get it to stick. We'll put another coat of foam on to build up the thickness. Now here, as you can see, when we lift up the body, there's still quite a bit that's stuck. So we just take some water, spray it under there, and give it a few seconds to continue to dry. And as you can see, the legs are still moving quite a bit because that foam hasn't hardened. Once that foam gets hard, they'll be pretty solid. So I'm trying to be a little gentle with it at the moment. And just keep building those ribs of the stem, squeezing the body. After I was somewhat happy with it, we gave it about another 15 minutes to completely dry. So now this is after about 30 minutes of drying. It is nice and firm now. We're going back with a second layer of foam just to build up that body a little bit more, help it blend into the pumpkin. And then we'll put another coat on the legs as well to give them some thickness. And then and then again we spray it with some water. Give it about 5 more minutes to tack up or skin over. And we go back and repeat the process of packing down the foam and shaping it to what we want. So now here I'm focusing on the leg joints, trying to get that as small as I can, just to get that stem more concentrated to not look so bulky. And on the legs, I'm not squeezing quite as hard, I'm just trying to smooth it out, spread it around a little bit, because I want to keep the volume of the foam. But on here, I really do want that kind of organic vine look. Yeah, you just keep manipulating the foam until you're happy with it. And once this dried for about 30 more minutes, after about 30 more minutes of dry time, I took the pumpkin and cut the stem off because I don't want a stem on both sides, so I want to make that back end look like it's just the bottom of the pumpkin instead of the top of the pumpkin. And one thing, just a note, I found that when you're buying this foam clay on Amazon, you should, if you don't need a specific color, if you're going to paint it, you should really look for the cheapest price. This stuff is normally about $10 a tub, and I found this green, only the green, was on sale for $4 a tub. So if it's something you're going to paint, it's worth considering. And here I'm just using the foam just to seal off that stem that we cut off, kind of blend it into the rest of the body. And you just spread it around pretty good, trying to make it kind of thin. And then to smooth it out, you just spray it with water or dip your finger in water, and it really helps smooth it out. I was trying to make some vines that kind of just gave a little more texture to the back of the spider. It didn't end up working quite as well as I thought, but I should have not smoothed it out as much as I did. But one thing, if you were going to do this, or if I was going to do it again, if you were going to put a face on the pumpkin or some sort of design, you could definitely do it with the foam clay. And then here we're just going to smooth out all the edges and blend it in. And then we just added a few more on the back. Here I was trying to find some eyes. I got some wood half circles to use as the eyes. I don't think I got it on video when I glued them on, but I just used some Gorilla Glue construction adhesive. And this is a few days later. It's much colder in the garage. So what we're going to start on now is painting the entire spider black. I was just using an acrylic paint 2-inch chip brush, which it worked well for the body, but it definitely was very time consuming to do the legs and the head, so I ended up giving up on this. Then I tried an airbrush and that didn't work either. It just wasn't covering like I wanted, so what I did was I just grabbed a can of black spray paint. Here I was trying with the airbrush and it just didn't cover. Covering the Loctite was really tough with a thinned out paint. So after about an hour of drying time, I just grabbed a can of black spray paint and just went over the entire thing again. And this worked out fine. I should have done this in the first place. And this is a glossy black. It's just what I had. So we'll give it a good coat all over both the backside and the bottom. I grabbed my heater to help it dry. And after about an hour, we are going to start with the color. So we're starting out with some orange and brown to work on the body. And we're just giving it a good coat, kind of dry brush, heavy dry brush. And as we work our way around and cover it, we just slowly add less brown to it, try to bring out the orange. So now we're going to start on some green. Same thing, mix a little green, a little brown, darken it up a bit. This will give it a pretty good coat. There's a lot of texture in those legs, so a lot of that black and brown still shows through. And we'll just go around each leg and the body. And when the top's done, we flip it over, do the same thing on the bottom. Start with the orange, and then we switch over to the green. And as we're going, we're just adding less and less brown to our mixes. So let's bring out the green, bring out the orange. We're just adding more and more highlights. Now I'll flip it back over now that the top's dried up a little bit. And we'll come back with just some straight orange and give it a couple passes on that. And then I hit the body with orange just very lightly, just to give it a little something to pop out. Bring out those highlights and kind of blend the body and the butt and the torso together. And then we added a little bit of brown to the body just to bring some of that brown back in. So I just sprayed a little bit of that and we hit the eyes with it. For the first coat, let it dry a little bit, and then we hit it again with a second coat just to brighten them up. And with that, that's pretty much it. I'm going to call it done. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments if you guys have any questions or something you want to see. I did a lot more editing on this video, so if you prefer that over the longer or sped up videos, let me know. Hopefully this inspires somebody to go out and make one of their own. Thank you, everyone.